Are there any characteristics which my main character must have? Yes, and also some which they don't need. So the first then is that they need to be relatable in some way. So either because they are the sort of person that you could imagine bumping into in real life in the supermarket or the bus stop or walking the dog and having a chat with, or because there is some element of their life or their lifestyle or something that they do that seems relatable. So I'm thinking about the girl on the train. So lots of people who commute could really relate to the character doing that commute and looking out of the window every day. Secondly, then, it's really important that they're flawed, and this is for a couple of reasons. The first of which is that having flaws means that your main character will come across as being human. It also then boosts their relatability because they're not perfect if they're flawed. And also having flaws, one of these needs to be their big fatal flaw. The big thing, the main wound, which is what's causing problems, or certainly one of the main things that's causing problems for them in their life. Secondly, number 3, they need to be active in pursuit of their goals, and most definitely active in pursuit of the story goal once you've had the inciting incident. So if you have a main character who is really passive, who does nothing to achieve the story goal, and just basically waits for things to happen around them, for other people to solve the problems and sort things out, and for them to just magically all be solved, you're going to have a really boring story and your reader is going to stop reading. Next then, they need to be interesting in some way, and so this can mean that there's some element of their life or their lifestyle or where they live that's particularly interesting, or they have an interesting hobby, for example, or they have a sort of a skill or a competency or a superpower that happens to be really interesting and intriguing for readers. So lastly then, I'm going to say they do not need to be likeable. So if they're not likeable all the time, then that's absolutely fine. However, if they are actively, thoroughly unlikable all the time, then your readers may struggle to empathise with them. So that's something to think about.